I used to work at a vet's office, and one day this man came in with his dog and he was screaming for help. I rushed the man back to the examination room and I had him lay his dog on the examination table. I started to examine the dog. The dog was very still and it was not breathing. So I looked at the man and I said, "I'm sorry, but your dog has passed away." The man didn't want to accept that as an answer. He demanded that I give him a second opinion. I told him, "Okay, I will try something else." So I went to the back room and then I came out with the cat. I sat the cat down right next to the dog's body. The cat started walking from head to tail, sniffing the dog's body. The cat stopped, looked at me, and started to meow. I looked at the man and I said, "I'm sorry, but the cat thinks that your dog is dead too." The man still didn't want to accept the fact that his dog was dead. So he starts demanding a third opinion. So I went to the back again and this time I brung in a black Labrador retriever. The lab starts sniffing the dog's body, walking from head to tail. Then the lab stops and he looks at me and he starts barking. I looked at the man again and I said, "I'm so sorry, but the lab thinks your dog is dead too." The man finally accepts the diagnosis and then he asks me how much he owes. I said $650. The man started raising his voice. He said $650 just to tell me that my dog passed away? I said, "Well, I would have only charged you $50. The additional $600 was for the CAT scan and the lab test." One day, me and my homegirl went to a baseball game. We were standing on the sidelines. One of the players accidentally hit the ball towards us. He was asking for the ball back, and as I was picking up the ball, I didn't notice that he was already walking towards us. So I turned around and I threw the ball, and it accidentally hit him. He immediately grabbed his hands together at his private area. He fell to the ground and he was rolling around, screaming in pain. I rushed over to him and I started apologizing. I said, "I'm sorry, but I didn't see you. Please allow me to help." I told him that I was a physical therapist and I know how to relieve the pain, if he allowed me to. He said, "Oh no, that won't be necessary. I will be fine in a few minutes." But he was still laying down on the ground in pain, holding his hands by his private area. After a while, he finally allowed me to help him. I gently took his hands away and I put them to the side and I started loosening up his pants. I put my hands inside his pants and I started massaging his private area. I did this for about 10 minutes. Then I asked him how it felt. Did he still feel any pain? He said, "This feels great, but I still think my thumb is broken." My dad had came home one morning from being out with his friends all night and he was drunk. My mom had to help him to bed. When my dad woke up from his nap, he had a horrible hangover and he also noticed that he had a black eye. First thing he sees is a rose sitting on the nightstand and a letter that was written by my mom. At that point, my dad knew he messed up and my mom was probably mad at him. He opened the letter and it said, "Good morning, love. Breakfast is already made. I've gone shopping to make you your favorite dinner tonight. I love you." He gets up and he starts to stumble towards the kitchen, and to his surprise, he sees that breakfast is actually made. He looks at me sitting at the kitchen table and he asks me what happened to him last night. I said, "I don't know what happened to you last night, but you came home drunk this morning." He said, "Let me guess, your mom gave me this black eye?" I said, "No, you got that black eye because you tripped over a chair." He asked me why my mom made him breakfast and left him a sweet letter on the nightstand. I said, "Oh, that's because when mom dragged you to the bedroom, she tried to take off your clothes. And you said, 'Leave me alone. I'm married.'